Hi there, I'd like to give you some tips on building up sound effects, and you can do this on any software that allows you to have multiple audio tracks. This is Sony Vegas, and what I've done is I've created 5 audio tracks, and I'm going to drag in some sounds. Here would be the first one, and see what that sounds like. So each sound is represented by a little coloured bar, and you can multiply it. You can have as many as you like. So we've got 2 there. And one thing that's quite important, as you begin to build up the sound effects, they can get too loud. So what I'd recommend is you actually bring the level down. On this one I can just bring the level down. I'm going to bring it down 7 dB there, so it will be much quieter. But as I begin to add all the other effects, the sound will grow. So starting with this one, move these back over here. Another thing you can do is you can alter the bass and treble on a sound. If you take the bass away, it will appear to be further away. So I'll give you an example. I'll just turn the volume back up for the moment on this one. And what I'll do is I'll drop the other sound just to the track so we can just do a comparison. And on this one I will open up the track effects, and I will go to a section called EQ, which is just the bass and treble. This is the sound along here. This is the bass. If I increase the bass, it'll be much more bassy. And if I reduce the bass, it will appear to be further away. So that's how you can create the illusion, because things further away do tend to lose their bass. So this top track has the sound that's unaltered, complete with its own bass, and the bottom track is the one I've just altered to make it sound as if it's further away, and I'll let you hear the difference between the two. So on this one that's had the bass removed, you can actually hear it. It sounds like it's set further away. The other thing you can do, which won't be apparent on this video, but when you come to listen to the final effect, is you can do something called pan. This is the pan control. It's basically the balance control. So if you move it right over there, the sound will appear to come from this side, and if you move the pan control right over there, it'll appear to come from that side. So that's quite useful if you want to create a gun over there, a gun over here. You can actually create that just by using this control. So I use that quite a lot in building up the effect. So we have one machine gun, and then we're having the replying machine gun, which sounds further away, and I'm going to drag in another sound. Let's just see what this sounds like. And I'm going to drop this one down onto this other track here. So you can see we've already got 3 guns that are about to kick off. I'll just play to see how it sounds. I better bring the volumes down because it is going to build up as we go. When you take bass off the sound, you'll actually need to bring the volume down less, because take bass off, the sound will drop naturally. So let's just see how this is sounding. I'm just going to trim this sound effect so it doesn't sound quite the same as that one. I'm just going to take off its beginning bit, and I'm going to move it further up here. See how it sounds? And on this one, I'm going to keep that one there, but I'm going to move those two bits of sound further up. So I'm going to put in an edit mark there, an edit mark there, and just remove that section and slide that all the way up. And this is quite a good nowadays on sound. The sound is represented in these little coloured bars, and you can literally move them about wherever you want. And you can see these sounds are now beginning to overlap. The top one I have in the centre, the one below it is moved over to the right, and this one here, I'm going to move this sound over to the almost far left. So I'm now going to drag in some more sounds. Bring this one down to here, see what this sounds like. So again, I'm going to have to bring the volume down on this one just a fraction. So you can see the sounds beginning to build up. I'm just going to add some more audio tracks in so we can start building up some more. On Sony Vegas it's quite easy. You go up to Insert, drop down menu, and you go Add Audio Track. And there we go, there's a whole new audio track. So another sound, let's see what this one is. I'll bring it up here just so we can hear it. Okay, on this one I quite like, I'm just going to lop off the two little bits of here and move that one into here. And I'm going to position the, where shall I put it? I'll put it over to that side. Let's just see how this is sounding. Just got a little bit to clean up there. I'm just going to shift this further over here. And I quite like this sound, so I'm going to multiply it. And on Sony Vegas, then you press Control C, and then you can paste it. You put it there, and go Control B, and go Control B. Let's have a few of these. Control B. Give a bit of a gap. With sound effects it's quite nice to sort of vary it to create a real scene. You wouldn't have things happening at a regular pace. So just keep on doing a few of these. It's a bit like building up a pattern, really. You begin to see where the gaps are and where you may want to put in some sounds. I'm going to make this one about 2 minutes long, so I will keep on adding sounds to about the 2 minute mark. And here's another sound. Let's see what this one sounds like. On most controls and on Sony Vegas you have a series of little buttons here, and the one with the exclamation mark says solo, and when you press solo it makes all the other tracks go quiet and you just listen to the track you've soloed. So I can hear it now. So that sounds a little bit thin to me, so what I could do on this one is I go to my track effects, I go to my EQ, and I give it a bit more oomph, bass. And that will be the lower frequencies, anything below 320 Hertz. The top end here where you can see is lit up, that's the bass. So now when I play this sound it should sound a bit fuller. but with that the volume has also crept up. So when you increase frequencies, especially bass, you need to bear in mind that you will need to take the overall level down. I'm going to take that down by about 6 dB there and see how that sounds. That's quite meaty. And I'm going to copy a few of those just to fill in some gaps.